Hello. So we're reaching the end of the year, which also means that we are reaching the monsoon season here in Southeast Asia, and that also means more days of rain and non-stop rain. And of course, you can expect temperatures to go down. You'll feel cold, and when it's cold, what do you crave? You crave something hot and soupy to warm you up from the inside, you know. And that's what I think of when it's raining as well. Even on non-monsoon days, when it's cold, when it's raining, I just want something warm. Hi, my name is Bruce, this is Yummy Places, and here are 3 places to check out during the rainy days. We are at Kumoya at Orchard Central, the Orchard Central branch. And if this little thing here doesn't give you enough of a clue, we're actually here for the Hello Kitty Shabu Shabu concept pop-up.
Yes.
You can actually buy like Hello Kitty merch right at the shop. And it's official merchandise from Sanrio itself.
Yeah. You're basically surrounded by Hello Kitty merchandise, which is really cute and it really makes you feel a little happy, even if you're not a fan.
What I'm curious about is why the choice of Shabu Shabu. But you know, it's near the end of the year, it's a little bit rainy. So the menu here is created in collaboration with Little Miss Bento, which explains why so many of it is like so cutesy, very delicate.
And it looks so perfect. It looks so Instagram perfect.
So I got myself the Sawadi Tom Yum.
And I got the Beauty Collagen soup. Yeah.
So your collagen one came with a little blob of chicken collagen add-on. So what the collagen does is basically thickens up the soup, adds a little bit of flavour, and then I'm assuming now when you drink it, you got that yum sticky lip.
It's actually looking a lot stickier than just now.
When they were preparing it in the kitchen, right, we could already smell the tom yum, the sourness already. Looking forward, let's try this.
I can smell it. It keeps simulating the
your
saliva.
The saliva just keeps oh, it's closer to the what am I called? It's like that familiar flavor.
Are you okay?
It's not exactly your most authentic tom yum that you can get. It's closer to the ban mian kind of tom yum.
Okay.
But you know, it's still nice tom yum.
It's comforting It's comforting on a cold day. I think that my soup would get thicker over time and it should taste better because right now it's just very, very plain. It's better for the health-conscious people. It's very thick. I can taste the chicken stock, but that's all there is to it. It could do with a dash more salt inside the soup.
They have multiple different soup bases for you to choose from, ranging from herbal chicken to vegetarian, there's mala as well. These are individual pots. So if you come with 4 people, you got 4 soups to try from.
Okay, in the past I'm not really a fan of individual pots because I always feel like all the different layout that could have gone into one soup and really make that soup taste amazing, right? It's now diluted into 4 soups. I'm not sure if I've changed my mind about it yet.
So what they recommended was a beef short rib as well as the ribeye slices.
Yes. How wrong can it get also lah? You are cooking your own meat. It's fresh from wherever source that it came from. You dip it and you eat it immediately. I think that's the appeal for hot pot, right?
Yes, you cannot blame the chef.
Yeah, you overcook it, it's on you. They actually give a couple of pre-prepared sauces. You can choose yourself or you can make your own sauce of. I went for the third option on the list, which has coriander and fried garlic on it. And it's so good. How do you like your sauce?
Oh, the basil sauce very nice.
Oh, I'm so excited to try. Can I try it? Can I just try it like that?
Go ahead. Oh, I like.
Oh, yeah.
The basil sauce is so alloy.
Wow. Do you feel like in Thailand, suddenly like the tom yum and basil sauce and all? I'm just gonna add this cute little Jing Yuan Bao with a little Hello Kitty burnt into it. I feel like it will be very hot lah, so let's hope we don't burn our tongue too badly.
I've learned my lesson, don't eat immediately. Made from inari, which is the bean curd skin that you have with the inari sushi. In itself, the texture is already quite pillowy, quite thick, quite dense, yet got air bubbles inside, which is quite nice.
Yeah, and it holds the content inside really well.
The
content inside actually strangely reminds me of an Oda fish cake.
And we also ordered the premium seafood paste. I'm pretty sure anyone that go to hotpot places would have seen this kind of similar concept things.
Yeah,
Essentially,
yeah.
this is make your own yong tau fu.
But more atas.
More atas.
Hello Kitty shaped carrot, which is like cute lah, right?
Yes. Shrimp flavor is quite strong. The topico adds a nice pop, crunchy texture.
Yeah.
The overall texture is a little bit on the softer side. So if you compare it with like the xiahua kind of texture, the xiahua is very springy.
Crunchy, yeah,
very
springy.
crunchy. This one is softer, almost fish cake-like. Together with your soup, right, you actually have a choice of either rice in the shape of a Hello Kitty or beetroot noodles. Oh, the noodle is quite stretchy. Personally, beetroot on its own, I'm not a big fan. But beetroot as noodles, who knows, maybe it'll be nice. It just tastes like noodles, so the beetroot flavoring isn't too strong, thank goodness.
The main reason why you want to get the beetroot noodle, I think, is because of the pink noodles. It's really cute.
Ladies and gentlemen, for someone who was saying that the soup is a bit tasteless at first,
Not salty. Even till now, it's not salty. It's healthy, okay? It makes you want to drink more when it's healthy. It's very comforting at this point. Why are you judging me?
over at Amokyo, this is Chelabela. They actually opened up at Marsiling at first, and then they took a very long break. Shifted over to Amokyo, but with a little bit of a menu change. So initially they were selling like your typical Korean fare, but now they decided to be a bit more focused. They have Korean army stew. So the army stew sells for about $18 for a portion of 2. And it's got all the usual stuff that you expect of a Korean army stew. Outtro dog or able to capture most of the spices and stuff. There is also fish cake. So aside from the army stew, they also have like different banchan ranging from radish to kimchi, as well as salted anchovies. For me, I decided to just go with simple stuff, just kimchi. Let's just try that one first. It's quite sweet, not very spicy, but you can still taste the chili. Maybe it will be more palatable for the regular Singaporean because of the sweetness. Very, very refreshing. Very Thai-way. The stew looks very orange. A little bit more orange than I'm used to. Very interesting. And I can see a little bit of chili flakes inside. Not really what I expected. I think I taste milk. He added a slice of cheese, a whole slice of cheese into it, mix it up. And I guess maybe that's the reason why it looks a bit more orangey. At the same time, I tasted a bit of milk in the soup. Kind of makes it a bit more filling. Not very spicy. And then, of course, how can you have Korean army stew without this Korean ramyeon? I think the ramyeon is like cooked just nice, not too hard, not too soft. Luncheon meat. Luncheon meat is very sweet. Got a bit of firmness. It's firmer than the usual commercial ones that you get. Wow, I like it. It's not a pork patty kind of sweetness. Some tofu on the firm side. I like this firm tofu. It's almost like, what's the term called? Tau guan. It's like tau guan like that. It's not tofu. It's tau guan because right, when you bite into it, the piece actually like tears apart. And then you can see like the texture inside. The porous nature of it, right, absorbs a bit of the soup. So when you bite into it, you still get the flavor of the soup itself. It's quite nice. Okay, so that was Chelabela Army stew at reasonable prices. I think for $18 you get 2 people's portion that includes ramyeon inside the army stew as well as like 2 packets of rice. Quite worth it lah. I think flavor wise, I wouldn't expect the super authentic Korean army stew taste here. Rather, I feel this is quite an interesting localized take on it. Definitely, I don't think anyone will have problems with this lah. Best thing is served to you rather hot. So when you have it in the rainy day, it's kind of good for your soul. Keeps you warm. I'm already sweating because the rain has stopped. Okay, so we are at Upper Boon Keng Market right now, particularly to check out Haji and Abdul Razak stall for soup kambing. Originally, the plan was to go during a rainy day because you know the theme of today's video is things to check out when it's raining that will warm you up. But you know, sometimes the weather just wants to play with you. I hope for it to rain, it didn't rain. It turned out to be super hot and sunny right now. But rain or shine, the show must go on, so here I am to check out this wonder. So right off the bat, the soup looks a lot thicker, almost creamy actually, almost like what you expect of, if I would say, ramen broth. Really thick and creamy. You don't really see a lot of grit floating around. I ordered the mixed soup to have the full experience. And then of course, top it up with some pieces of bread. So I'm going to try the soup first. Ooh, I like it a lot. You can taste the spices in it, but it's that very creamy texture that I really like. Ooh, I have a feeling that whatever you put inside will coat. The soup will just coat it nicely. Mild bit of spice, almost like a peppery kick at the end. Not a strong kick, but just a little nudge. I quite like it. So I'm gonna dip it in. Let's see how much of the soup the bread mixes up. So in some like cultures, right, they have something similar, 羊肉泡馍, which is essentially like a mutton soup with pita bread instead. So instead of pita, you get this slices of, is it baguette? The bread might have gotten like hard and not soft, not crunchy, not crispy anymore. But that's the magic, because the moment you dip it into the soup, right, soaks up all that flavor, and then it becomes this soft, pillowy piece of starch. Moving on to the mutton itself. I'm gonna try the meat first. Oh wow, nice and tender, not dry. Okay, so there is a little bit of gaminess in the mutton itself, particularly the thicker chunks of meat. Nothing off-putting, nothing too strong. I would say for a beginner of mutton, this is still pretty okay. And I guess like again, a lot of people, the first thing they think about when it comes to mutton, right, the thing they worry about is the gaminess, especially with mutton, more so than with mutton than with beef. Okay, I'm gonna move on to the other pieces of mutton here, because usually those are the ones that have a bit more gaminess to it. I think with the rib, right, this one I can just like bite into it and then separate it in my mouth. Like it's able to cook well enough to the point that by just using my mouth and my spoon, right, I'm able to separate the meat from the rib and not leave any residue on the bone. That's well done. Next will be this bony mess over here. It's amazing. Look at that. That's basically the part of the leg, and you might have a little bit of marrow, but I'm gonna skip it for today because it's a bit hot. So the cartilage or the tendons around the bone, right, it's nicely rendered down, so it's kind of on the soft side, almost like a jelly. A jelly with a little bit more resistance, and it just slides off when you chew into it. Full of intense flavor. You're not going at this for the meat, you're going at this for the texture in this case. Alright, so that was Haji M. Abdul Razak store, aka the famous Boon King mutton soup store. All in all, I think it's a really well-refined bowl of mutton soup. You can tell the hours that they put into the soup simply by the creaminess of the milkiness, the creaminess of the soup itself. It's unlike any other mutton soup that you have tasted from your regular shops lah. Simply put it, the moment you drink it, nothing gets choked up on your throat. It's amazing. It's almost like ramen. I can imagine if they added a little bit of noodles into it, it'd be a very nice mutton ramen. And what do you know about weather being weather? The moment I'm done with my soup, look at the weather now, it's going to start to rain already. So yeah, so that's the 3 places that I highly recommend you check out if it starts raining, or it's the year end and the monsoon season is here and it's raining every day, it's cold, and you're just craving something warm to, you know, bring your temperature up from the inside. So if you have anything else you'd like to recommend that'll be great for the rainy weather, do write it down in the comments. Share it with us. Until then, bye bye.